Rate limiting is a technique used in web APIs to control and restrict the number of requests that a client can make within a specific time frame. First of all, let's see why do we need rate limiting. Rate limiting helps protect an API from malicious or abusive behavior such as DDoS attacks, brute force login attempts, or scraping excessive amounts of data. Rate limiting ensures fair distribution of resource among all API consumers. Without rate limiting, a single user or application could monopolize server resources. API often have limited server resources such as CPU, memory, and bandwidth. By enforcing rate limits, API providers can optimize server performance, reduce response times, and improve scalability. For example, an API may restrict the number of requests based on the user subscription plan or impose different limits for different type of API endpoints. If you don't know me, my name is Ravindra. Before moving further, make sure to subscribe this channel, like the video, and leave a comment. If there is any source code, then link will be available in the description. This video might be a little bit fast, so pause the video whenever it is necessary. So now let's get started. First and foremost, we need a web API application with controller methods. So create one if you don't have any. Make sure that you are using a .NET 7 framework. We have 4 options for rate limiting. First one is fixed window, then sliding window, token bucket, and concurrency. We are using fixed window in this tutorial. If you need to learn it in detail, then check the full article by Microsoft. I will put all the links in description. Open the program.cs file. We are going to add rate limiting service here. So add this line here. We are defining a lambda expression, and here we will define some configuration. We are going to use add fixed window limiter method here. Let's put policy name here and its value will be fixed. Define a lambda expression here. Now option dot permit equals to 4 and option dot window equals to 12 seconds. So we can make only 4 requests in 12 seconds. Make sure to include these namespaces in the top. Define app.useRateLimiter middleware here. Make sure to define it above map controllers. I have an existing controller here which have 2 endpoints. Both are get methods. First method is get and another one is test. Put an attribute enable rate limiting at the top of controller. Make sure to include this namespace. It will take a value. So copy the value defined in the program.cs file and paste it here. Now rate limiting is applied to every endpoint of this controller. Run the application. Open the Postman or any other software for testing endpoint. Let's test this endpoint. If we run it first time, we will get the 200 response code. Run it second time, third time, fourth time, and in fifth time you will see this 503 status code. This 503 status code does not seem right here. So let's define 429 status code. So define here option dot rejection status code equals to 429 and run the application. Now you can see we have status code 429, too many requests. We can also customize the status message. For that we have a property called onRejected. Assign an async function to it which will take 2 parameters, context and token. Set the status message of response to 429. Let's put this if condition here. In this line we are trying to get metadata related to retry after. Out variable retry after will hold this value. If this condition is true, then in the response of HTTP context we will write this message: too many requests, please try again after. Retry after dot total seconds. Retry after dot total seconds will return us the time after which we can access the resource. In our case, this time will be 12 seconds. Else, we will print the message: too many requests, please try again after some time. So let's check it in the Postman. Make a request first time, second time, third time, fourth time, and fifth time. In the fifth time, we are getting the status code 429 and custom message. If you want to disable rate limiting in certain endpoint, just put disable rate limiting attribute on the top of it. Let's check it in the Postman. First we will test this endpoint. Make a request first time, second time, third time, fourth time, and fifth time. You can see rate limiter is working here. Let's make a request to this API/product/test endpoint. Make a request first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time. So it does not have any rate limiter. Till now we are using an approach where you cannot make request after 4 requests in 12-second time window. After that, we are getting 503 or 429 status code, but we can use another approach where after fourth request will be added to queue and it won't return anything until 12 seconds. Here we are defining queue processing order equals to older first and queue limit equals to 2. So here when we make fifth and sixth requests, these requests will be added to queue because queue size is 2 and user have to wait for remaining 12 seconds or remaining seconds. Let's run it in Postman. Make a request first time, second time, third time, fourth time, and in fifth time we are not getting any response. We are just here waiting for it, and now our queued request is completed. Now you must have a basic understanding of rate limiting, but I will recommend you to go through Microsoft Docs and some other resources. I will put all the resources in the description, so go and check out it. That's it for now. See you next time.